Профессор, вам сложно будет поверить. Меня прислали к вам из будущего, которое наступит через 50 лет.
Что, повторите-ка?
Да, это не шутка. Вначале стражи охотились только на мутантов, а затем на всех. Я проделал длинный путь, чтобы объединить и направить всех нас. Нам нужна ваша помощь.
Передайте тому, кто вас прислал, что я занят.
Меня прислали вы.
Yes. First of all, I think there's a lot about this movie. Whilst it is big, the biggest and most epic, it feels very personal, very character-driven. It has fun elements as well as having something to say and emotion. And I think if it's also unexpected. There are scenes in here, the one in the Pentagon kitchen scene, which I just think is brilliant. And
the favorite scene.
I think it's my favorite scene, but the choice of the music in there, you know, when Professor Xavier and young Xavier, when they meet up together and the use of the camera in that, kind of, a lot of it is unexpected and it feels fresh and original and different, not just to any other X-Men movie, but any other comic book movie. It just feels really kind of inspired in that way. And I have to hand that to the director, to the producers, to Simon Kinberg, the writer. It feels like a fresh beginning.
After all the years that you played this character, you know it so well, and you know the crew and the actors, fellow actors, I was wondering, are there still any challenges for you when coming to each new movie, and what are they? Can you name them?
Yeah, you know, I get asked all the time, was it boring for you playing that again? And I'm always shocked by the question. I understand why people might think that, but I always find Wolverine challenging. I mean, very challenging. You know, the thing about the character is underneath he's like a coiled spring ready to erupt at any moment, and he's not relaxed. He's not at ease. He may appear nonchalant and tough, and he might have the line here, but underneath there is great depth and great emotion and struggle and regret and all these things you look for as an actor that you want. And that's why I've enjoyed playing it so many years. And physically there's always a great challenge. I think emotionally there's always a great challenge. Sometimes the restraint of a character like Wolverine is a challenge. You know, you want to try too hard to show things. So it's, in every way, it's challenging, and I lean heavily on the directors, on Brian or on Jim Mangold in the Wolverine to really push me to go places I haven't been before.
How long does it usually take you to prepare, both like physically and like mentally, for the role?
You know, physically, I used to think I didn't know how long it took to get into shape when I got this part. I thought, 3 or 4 weeks. I see guys doing it. It's probably 3 or 4 weeks. Wrong. I now know it's minimum 6 months to get into shape. So I like to be, like right now, I could probably film in about 2 months, 2.5 months. I like to be that close because I know how hard it is to get into shape. So I keep training now, and that way I don't feel it's climbing Mount Everest every time. Mentally, the beginning of any character is difficult. It's sort of like putting on a new pair of shoes. Some fit better than others, but no matter what, it's a little uncomfortable till you've worn it in. Well, I've been wearing these shoes for 14 years now, so mentally it's easier for me to come in and out.
I'm sure a lot of new actors who came to this particular movie asked for your advice. Like, if so, what would you say?
You know, the main thing I get pulled up on, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this, but I just spoke to Paul Rudd the other night, who's playing Ant-Man in a Marvel movie. And actors who, they know that I was not someone who was muscly, right? They come up to me and go, all right, what do I do? Because it's intimidating. And I remember being a little intimidated and not knowing a lot. And everything about getting into shape is about knowledge and giving yourself time. So I do get asked that quite a lot.
В будущем я выживу?
Нет.